But hey, I fixed them. You want to hear? Oh, that sounds so good. Alright, so what's going on, guys? My name is CGBuild, and welcome back to another video. So today we're going to be looking at the FirstBlood B67 from Epomaker. Now this thing is currently not available at the time of this upload. It's going to be out hopefully soon from when this is uploaded, but if it's been a while since the video came out, just go ahead, go to the description, and if you are interested in it, and go look to see if it's available. I mean, I'll have all the links there. So getting to the unboxing of this thing, you open it up. This is a review sample, so it might not be exactly like this, but this is how mine went. You open it up, inside a box, and then bam, it's there. Keyboard, and first impressions, dude, it looks good. Like, I knew what it looked like because they sent me pictures and stuff to like see if I wanted it, and I mean, I looked at it, I was like, yeah, of course, go ahead. In person, this thing looks insane. Like, I was not expecting it to look like this. I don't know, I just, for some reason, it didn't correlate. But dude, in person, this thing looks sick. Oh my gosh. So as you can see, it's a full see-through case. Pretty sure it's full acrylic. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. I just don't quote me on that. I'm pretty sure it is though. And then you see the keycaps. The keycaps are a big part of this. They look really good. The keycaps are like no other keycaps that I've ever had or felt before, because they're pretty unique. I'm not saying other keycaps don't do the same thing. For me, this is my first time using them on this channel. So these keycaps are the stock ones that they have, and they're like see-through, which isn't unheard of. There's a lot of different see-through keycaps. These are like really, like they feel really well made. They have a good sound profile, like I'll show at the later in the video. The legends are goldish, which isn't my favorite. I wish it wasn't, but hey, they still look really good. Now, the one you're seeing here, of course, is like the black version. So I think there's a white, pink, clear, and black. And this is the black one, of course. And you see it has a very thick edging all the way around the keyboard. Now, if you know me, you know I love that. That's like, I love a thicker bezeled keyboard, but it's not shy from dust and stuff. There's been a lot of cleaning in this. And I just want to say now, I have actually, it's really hard to like film this keyboard because of all the lights bouncing off the keycaps in the case. It kind of looks ugly sometimes, but in person it is kind of like that as well. You're like if you have your keyboard here and it's like a light here, you'll like see it and it'll glare on you. So I mean, I don't know, it's really hard to film this thing. So this is actually gasket mounted. If you don't know what gasket mounted is, it's pretty much just another way to mount the keyboard, and it gives a better sound profile, but it also can be that bouncy typing experience, which this one didn't do as much. And then after the mods I do, which I am going to be modding this thing, it's better. And there's also a couple other complaints I have, but yeah. So I'm going to be honest, this thing probably would have been the best stock keyboard I could ever recommend. There's two problems. One, which isn't that big a deal. The other one might just be because this is a review sample and it's not like the actual thing, but hopefully they'll fix this. So the first one that's not the big deal is the stabs. The stabs are really rattly. They're not the best, but they're definitely not the worst either. They're just not the best. But hey, I fixed them. You want to hear? Oh, that sounds so good. But the other one is that the PCB and the keycaps and the plate move a lot. You can see here, I'm trying to show it as much as I can. If you just put your hands on like the keycaps and like go up and down, the whole thing moves and it makes a noise. And it's not good. And the gaskets, by the way, are not really gaskets. It's like the foam is the gaskets that's in between the PCB and the plate. See that when we open it up here in a minute? Yeah, man, it was so weird. I just wasn't used to that. But I did fix it though. So now that we're done with all that, let's go ahead and open it up, which is just the screws. After you take off the keycaps, then you can take off the screws. Well, since we're here, and now that we see the switches, these switches are the Kale crystal switches. I don't actually know if they're crystal switches. I just know that every brand usually names them. I mean, they're see-through, so they make the RGB glow. But they're pretty good stock, I'm not going to lie. Like I even left them for the end result and didn't even lube them, and they sound pretty good. Would highly recommend these. I don't know, they're probably factory lube, but you get what I'm saying. They sound really good. Going further into the case, you see that it is a polycarbonate plate, which, big plus, like polycarbonate. Just makes for a better sound profile in general. I know, in my opinion, I know. And now it reveals the battery when you pull out the PCB, and yeah, you just unattach those if you want to do that, if you have another mod or whatever. Now, the reason why I didn't do any CG mod or tape mod is because it is see-through, and I thought it would look ugly. So I went ahead and didn't do any of those, but it didn't necessarily need them. I would like to try them, but I didn't, just because, I mean, it just look ugly, you know? But still, it's turned out pretty good. Just wait for that sound test. Now taking a look at the like foam piece, the rubber silicone stuff I was talking about. These are where the gaskets are. So you see these little tabs, that's where the tab goes on the plate, and it's like squishy, and it's weird. And yeah, I don't and then if you actually look at the case, it actually has some of like the 3 dots to like push down on them. I don't know, it's so weird. Like, why would they do that? And it's just not enough pressure in it to like make it not move. So I don't know what the purpose of that. I mean, it still sounded good without it. So not to waste any more time, we're going to go ahead and mod this thing. Now for the stabs, I just went ahead and re-lubed them, cleaned them up, re-lubed, and way better. So much better. I use Crytox 205 grade 0 from Kinetic Labs, which I have a link in the description if you want to go check out. And they're pretty much perfect. Now moving on to the more important mod. So I was really trying to think of what I could do to like fix this situation, because I didn't know how to like do it, especially because you can like see through it and I don't want it to look too ugly. So I actually found some of these like, they're for like normal gasket mods, and I found these little pour-on strips. Very little, by the way. Couldn't find any other ones. And I actually put them on to the top of the PC plate. Now, in my head, I'm thinking there's going to be no bounce after this because, I mean, it's just like putting more things in it. And if it wasn't already bouncy, then, you know. But it actually didn't do that because it is like making it tight, but it's not like putting something stiff in it. It is pretty flexy. Not the most ever, but hey, it's better than what it was. And it just sounds better. So now, no more movement, which is really good. Big problem. I don't know why that was even an issue. And for the sides, I actually had to use some more. They're like they're like thinner though, but I just thought it would be better than nothing. Yeah, after those mods, I mean, it really helped. Now to put it all back together, and it looks pretty stock. I mean, there's nothing really changed besides like now that it doesn't move, and yeah, looks pretty good, I guess. I mean, there's nothing else to say. Yeah, here's that sound test. See, sounds pretty good. Now, because of this, I couldn't just let it be normal. I had to put some more keycaps in, and I did. And these keycaps, the Kinetic Lab code, look really good on this board, dude. I don't know, man. It just looks so good. Like the black, like the solid black keycaps with the green accents, with the black or like with the smoky housing case, and then the orange on the back. Dude, I don't know what about it. It just looks so good. It's like a contrast. Like you have this one color scheme, flip it over and it's like all orange and like black. It just looks cool, man. And I'm also going to be showing a sound test of these on here, so there you go. And as you can tell, these are cherry profile keycaps. And since this is a south-facing LEDs, which I probably should have mentioned earlier, these do work with this because it is cherry keycaps. Everything works good, so that's always great. But yeah, that's the end of the video. I had a great time with this build. This keyboard case is insane. The keycaps look really good. Thank you, Maker, for sending me this out and being able to review it. I had a great time. I love this thing. Hopefully you had a great time watching as well. Let me know if you like this design or if you would consider buying it. Yeah, I think that is the end of the video. Yeah, that's it. Go ahead and subscribe and like the video like I've already said, I think. And yeah, that's it. I will see you in the next one.